Okay, hello, good morning. This is our second session for those who came late on inference, or reading with inference, and that is new style, upper level or higher level from kind of questions that you might face. We nearly, or we actually study reading with inference to deal with long passages that you will find, or you will take, or you will have in the checkpoint exams, or in your general exams at school till you end up with the faculty or college. Usually, you have to increase your reading inferences, which is, in other words, reading between the lines. And here is one of the most important things that you read between lines of a paragraph, because understanding the elements of a paragraph will help you really understand a whole text, and then your reading strategies or reading with inference skills will be increased more and more. In front of you, you have to read each passage and then respond to the questions. Each question will ask you to make a logical inference based on textual details, details between the lines. Explain your answer by referencing the text. You will be having 1 minute of silent reading to this paragraph, then we will go to the questions. Think of it, please. So, as the text suggests here, we have two characters in. Since it's fictional, as I told you, we have to look up the elements. Elements, we have two characters. Good. And I asked, where are they? Yes, as you can see here, they are available both at home. How can I know that they are available at home? Because the first line, every day after work, Paul took his muddy boots off on the steps of the front porch. The meaning of porch, it is the front balcony. Usually, if you watch Western movies, American or English or whatever, when if they have or they own a house, usually they should have a porch in front of the house, which is kind of a balcony, but on the ground floor. Uh, sorry. And then his wife is already available, or Alice is already available at home. Good. Nice. So we know that we have two characters in this text. We know that they are both at home. Now, since I knew these two elements, it will be easier for me to find clues for every other thing. Every day after work, Paul took his muddy boots off. So he's coming from his work with his boots muddy. So, what is the reason of his boots being muddy? Here is a matter of question. What is the reason of his boots being muddy? If it is regarding rain, for example, yeah, I know that some of you will be suggesting that because of rain, but will it be every day after work? If it's for rain, will it be every day after work? So using the time frame given to you specifically after work and every day, that doesn't show that it's due to weather. Because don't tell me that every day it is rainy, specifically when he comes from work. So that means that he might be working in a place that causes him to be muddy booted. Maybe that is his work. We don't know. But what we know that this is not because of the bad weather. Even because they have a strategy of dealing with the situation. When we move on, Alice would have a fit if the boots made it so far as the welcome mat. Would have a fit. Can you explain to me the meaning of fit here? Think of it, please. What is the meaning of fit in such situation? Okay, fit here doesn't mean suitable. Fit here means we'll have like uh, a debate or an argument or a hit, or he will be like punished or suspended in such situation. So fit here doesn't mean by any words that suitable. Fit here means a suspension or a punishment or whatever that goes with that direction. So Alice would have fit if the boots made it so far, if the boots moved until the welcome mat. Usually, you know how homes or houses work like. They have, or they are, the porch, the front porch, then the main door. In the main door, you have in the front of the main door a welcoming mat. So his boots can't step onto the welcome mat. So he has to do it on the porch or even outside. Yes, I guess that this is right. Next, He then took off his dusty overalls. What is the meaning of dusty overalls? Dusty overalls. Dusty overalls, all of his clothing, everything he's wearing. And he said overalls because it means that he is really dipped inside dust. So don't convince me that this is because of weather. I don't think that weather could do such thing, unless you're working in the desert. And threw them into a plastic garbage bag. Alice lifted a new garbage bag tied to the porch railing for him every morning. Look at that. Using the time frame given to you shows that this is something as a habit or a routine that doesn't go at all with the idea of weather. Every morning, and before they said every day. That's a routine. So this goes more with work more than weather. She prepared a garbage bag for him that he throws his clothes every day or every morning on. On his way in the house, he dropped the garbage bag off at the washing machine and went straight up the stairs to the shower as he was instructed. Instructed by whom? Instructed by whom? Who else do we have except Alice? See? He would eat dinner with her after he was presentable. What is the meaning of presentable? Presentable? Presentable, yes, clean, clean, beautiful, handsome to be sat with. To be sat with. Okay. Here we did explain how the text worked, and we did explain every single line here, which means that you are ready now to answer the questions. But before we go to answer the questions, make sure you go over the questions, the text again with your eyes quickly, so you are ready to answer. Okay, I'm going to move to the questions right now. We're gonna move one by one. What type of job does Paul do? What type of job does Paul do? Now, such question is very general. Um, he said, what type of job? He didn't say, what's Paul's job? What difference does this make, Mr. Waleed? If he asked it and said, what's Paul's job? It would mean that he's asking about his specific job. I have to mention him the job. But what type of job? Here he wants you to tell him what kind or what situation that he falls in because of his job, or what does his job causes, or what is the environment that he works at. So this one doesn't show or doesn't mean that he needs the same title of his work. No, like you don't say he's a doctor, he's a mechanic, whatever. He needs the environment where he works and what is caused by this work to him. So take 10 seconds to think of it and answer. So question one, just to remind, question one, what type of job does Paul do? We know that, or we suggested that he works in some kind of job that causes him dirt. He's dirty most of the time due to his job. Number two question, describe Alice. Now, Alice has to be described based on the facts were given to you. So, after you describe her, you should give me how do you know this, or how can you prove it, as it's mentioned here. Answering this question, yes, as you thought, that she's a very neat and clean person. She cares for every single detail. She's very organized. How could we know this? That was very simple. Like, what in the text supports your description? Many ideas can support my description. For example, You can say Alice left a new garbage bag tied to the porch railing for him every morning. That's one thing. He was instructed to have a shower when he comes every day. That's another thing. She wants him to be presentable. That's third thing. Actually, most of the lines here supports the idea that she is a clean person. Going to third question. What relationship do Paul and Alice have? Oh, come on. That is very simple and easy. However, it is not mentioned. So, yes, as we thought, wife and husband. Wife and husband. Great. And why do you feel this way? Now, that's a very tricky question. Why do we feel this way? Because um, who can give me an answer here? Think of it and send me the answer. Okay. Some of you suggest that they might be brothers and sisters or brother and sister. Everything is possible. But go more further than this. They are living in the same house. He's working and she's preparing. She wants him to be presentable. If she's a sister, why she would care to have him presentable? She wouldn't care for looking at him. That's not a trend, you know. And your sister wouldn't obligate you to have a shower or to go to clean yourself. So she's caring, or she cares for him. She cares about every single thing that happens to him. And that's a wife's deed, not a sister's deed. However, I have sisters who do more than this, but logically speaking, sure, a wife and husband. Okay, now we have a second text here, but this one and this time I won't be supporting in anything. These questions have to be sent and then I will discuss the answers. Read the text, please, for a minute and tell me. So, crack, thunder struck, and rain poured. Max stared blankly out the window, trying to contain his emotions that raged like the weather. He was beginning to lose it. Dropping the kite from his hand, Max broke out into full sobs. His mother comforted him. There, Max. We'll just find something else to do. She began to unpack the picnic basket that was on the counter and offered him a sandwich. Max snapped. I don't want a sandwich. A flash from the sky lit up the living room. Boom! Mom sighed. Now, it's full of figuratives, actually, and vivid words, and that piece of writing is extremely perfect. So, let's see if we are able to answer it easily. That would be awesome. Why is Max upset? I will show you the three questions, and then we will think of the answers. Why is Max upset? And how do you know? What was Mom planning on doing today? And what in the text supports your description? Yeah, only two questions. Okay. Think of the answers, please. And I'll be selecting someone to answer as well. Get ready. Oh, I see answers started to be sent. But I don't think it is possible for us to send answers written right now. I'll be selecting. Now, who doesn't have a microphone? What do you think why Max is upset?
Because he dropped his kite.
Because he dropped his kite? That is the reason?
I think.
Okay, and what was Mom planning on doing today?
The picnic.
The picnic. Okay. So he was sad because dropping the kite, not because of the picnic. Thank
No,
you
because of the
for your participation. Now I will select the second in row, and that was Yasmin. Let me see, Yasmin. No, that was Yasin. I'm sorry, not Yasmin. Yasin, tell me, why is Max upset?
Because of the thunderstorm.
Because of the thunderstorm. Okay, what happened with the thunderstorm?
Because his mom was planning to go on a picnic, but the thunderstorm ruined it.
Great. Nice. And what is the second answer?
His mom was planning on going to a picnic.
Great. Thank you so much, Yasin. So let's recap the answers. Why is Max upset? Because, in other words, you can say his picnic was ruined or damaged, or was his plans were destroyed because they won't
Cancel.
be able to go for the picnic
Okay.
because of the storm that ruined their picnic, and so on. What was, and how do you know this? How do you know this? Because the reason, do you know the reason, Yasin? How do you know this?
Yes. Because he was so upset and didn't want anything, and he started looking
But
at the
there's
window
something more. There's something more evident. Look, dropping the kite from his hand. He meant it. He dropped the kite.
Oh,
See, like when you are very angry and you throw things from your hand, that what happened with him. See that? That is it. So dropping the kite from his hand is the evidence that he was very upset. Usually, if you have a kite, you won't let it down, because if you let it down, it might be cut off into pieces. It might be damaged, corrupted. So he meant it. He didn't like the way that that things happen. What was mom planning on doing today? Going for a picnic. And what in the text supports your description? Very easy. In fourth
yeah.
line, she began to unpack the picnic basket. Was on the counter. Thank you so much, Dr. Yasin.
Mm,
Okay, guys. Now that is the lesson for today. That is the completion of the reading with inference part 1. As I told you before, that this lesson is going to continue with you for a while. It wouldn't stop, but sure, we wouldn't take it for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have grammar session. I would appreciate that you revise this video again, recap the way we answer the questions, because there is gonna be another homework on it. Homework is going to be available on LMS, usually after the session, as well as the video of the session is going to be uploaded minutes after the online session. Kindly note that any homework being given should be sent in text box on the LMS. So please try not to send me anything on any other means of communication, just the text box on the LMS. This is going to save a lot of your and my time. And if you have any questions, you can refer back to me on the group or on the LMS emails, or you can send me even on my direct email if there is a problem on Waleed.Rifaat at teams-egypt.com. Okay, that is really nice. Thank you for your active listening.